It was treason. I warned them.
Oh, Elizabeth.
Lady Sansa, it is my honor to present my grandmother, the Lady Olenna of House Tyrell.
Kiss me, child. It's so good of you to visit me and my foolish flock of hens. We're very sorry for your losses.
And I was sorry when I heard of Lord Renly's death, Lady Marjorie. He was very gallant.
Gallant, yes, and charming and very clean. He knew how to dress and smile, and somehow this gave him the notion he was fit to be king.
Renly was brave and gentle, grandmother. Father liked him, and so did Loras.
Loras is young and very good at knocking men off horses with a stick. That does not make him wise. As to your fathead father.
Grandmother, what will Sansa think of us?
She might think we have some wits about us. One of us, at any rate. It was treason. I warned them. Robert has 2 sons, and Renly has an older brother. How can he possibly have any claim to that ugly iron chair? He should have stayed well out of all this, if you ask me. But once the cow's been milked, there's no squirting the cream back up her udder, so here we are to see things through. What do you say to that, Sansa? Shall we have some lemon cakes?
Lemon cake's my favourite.
So we've been told. Are you going to bring the food, or do you mean to starve us to death? Here, Sansa. Come sit with me. I'm much less boring than these others.
Think of us.
You might think we have some wits about us. One of us, at any rate. It was treason. I warned them. Robert has 2 sons, and Renly has an older brother. How can he possibly have any claim to that ugly iron chair? He should have stayed well out of all this, if you ask me. But once the cow's been milked, there's no squirting the cream back up her udder, so here we are to see things through. What do you say to that, Sansa? Shall we have some lemon cakes?
Lemon cake's my favourite.
So we've been told. Are you going to bring the food, or do you mean to starve us to death? Here, Sansa. Come sit with me. I'm much less boring than these others. Do you know my son? The Lord of Highgarden?
I haven't had the pleasure.
No great pleasure, believe me. Ponderous oaf. His father was an oaf as well. My husband, the late Lord Luther. He managed to ride off a cliff whilst hawking. They say he was looking up at the sky and paying no mind to where his horse was taking him. And now my son is doing the same, only this time he's riding a lion instead of a horse. Now, I want you to tell me the truth about this royal boy, this Joffrey. You. Who else would know better? We've heard some troubling tales. Is there any truth to them? Has this boy mistreated you? Has he ripped out your tongue?
King Joffrey, his grace is very fair and handsome and as brave as a lion.
Yes, all Lannisters are lions. And when a Tyrell farts, it smells like a rose. But how kind is he? How clever? Has he a good heart, a gentle hand?
I'm to be his wife. I only want to know what that means.
Bring me some cheese.
The cheese will be served after the cakes, my lady.
The cheese will be served when I want it served. And I want it served now. Are you frightened, child? No need for that. We're only women here. Tell us the truth. No harm will come to you.
My father always told the truth.
Yes, he had that reputation. And they named him traitor and took his head.
Joffrey did that. He promised he would be merciful and he cut my father's head off. And he said that was mercy. And he took me up on the walls and made me look at it.
Go on.
I can't. I never meant. My father was a traitor. My brother as well. I have traitor's blood. Please don't make me say any more.
She's terrified, Grandmother. Just look at her.
Speak freely, child. We would never betray your confidence, I swear it.
He's a monster.
Oh. That's a pity.
Please don't stop the wedding.
Have no fear. The Lord Oaf of Highgarden is determined that Marjorie shall be queen. Even so, we thank you for the truth. Ah, here comes my cheese.
We're at war. This march is a distraction.
My grandfather's funeral is not a distraction.
We ride into battle at River Run.
No.
Then it's a distraction.
My uncle Edmure has his forces garrisoned there. We need his men.
Unless he's been breeding them. We don't have enough to make a difference.
Have you lost faith in our cause?
If it's revenge, I still got faith in it.
If you no longer believe...
I can believe till it snows and dawn. Don't change the fact. We've got half the men.
You don't think we can win?
May I speak my mind, Your Grace?
Have you not been speaking your mind, Lord Karzak?
I think you lost this war the day you married her.
You're afraid of her. And she knows it.
I'm not afraid of her.
May I help you, Lady Staff?
No,
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have.
you can't help. Because a mother makes one for her children to protect them. Only a mother can make them.
You've made them before?
Twice.
Did they work?
After a fashion. I prayed for my son Bran to survive his fall. Many years before that, one of the boys came down with the pox. Maester Lewin said if he made it through the night, he'd live. But it would be a very long night. So I sat with him all through the darkness. Listened to his ragged little breaths. His coughing, his whimpering.
Which boy?
Jon Snow. When my husband brought that baby home from the war, I couldn't bear to look at him. Didn't want to see those brown stranger's eyes staring up at me. So I prayed to the gods. Take him away. Make him die. He got the pox. And I knew I was the worst. Jon Snow. When my husband brought that baby home from the war, I couldn't bear to look at him. Didn't want to see those brown stranger's eyes staring up at me. So I prayed to the gods. Take him away. Make him die. He got the pox. And I knew I was the worst of breath. His coughing, his whimpering.
Which boy?
Jon Snow. When my husband brought that baby home from the war, I couldn't bear to look at him. Didn't want to see those brown stranger's eyes staring up at me. So I prayed to the gods. Take him away. Make him die. He got the pox. And I knew I was the worst woman who ever lived. Murderer. Had condemned this poor,
innocent child to a horrible death. All because I was jealous of his mother. A woman he didn't even know. So I prayed to all 7 gods. Let the boy live. Let him live. And I'll love him. I'll be a mother to him. I'll beg my husband to give him a true name. To call him Stark and be done with it. To make him one of us.
And he lived?
And he lived. And I couldn't keep my promise. And everything that's happened since then. All this horror that's come to my family. It's all because I couldn't love a motherless child.
Was it hard for you to kill the half-hand?
Yes.
You liked him? I like you, but if you're playing us false, it won't be hard for me to kill you. I've got Wildling blood in my veins. These are my people.
I understand.
Well, how could you understand?
You want to protect your people.
Do you know what it takes to unite 90 clans, half of whom want to massacre the other half for one insult or another? They speak 7 different languages in my army. The Fens hate the Hornfoots hate the Ice River clans. Everyone hates the cave people. So, You know how I got moon worshippers and cannibals and giants to march together in the same army?
No.
I told them we were all going to die if we don't get south. Because that's the truth.
Shouldn't be long now. What's wrong with him?
He's a warg. He can enter the mind of animals, see through their eyes. He's scouting for us.
But you've never met a warg.
Orel! Where were you this time?
The fist of the first men.
What did you see?
Dead crows.
What's the matter, Piggy? You crying because you're cold? There's 200 brothers killed by dead men. And you're still here, whimpering. That seem fair to you? I seen him torn to pieces fighting while he was off somewhere hiding in a hole. Why don't you lie down and rest for a while, eh? You know you want to.
Get up, Sam. No. Get up. I can't. You stop. You'll die.
Of course, if you don't stop, you'll probably die too.
You don't care.
Of course we care.
You left me. When the White Walkers came, you left me.
Aye, we left you. You're fat and you're slow. We didn't want to die. They get him up. Looks like that Piggy is done for.
Help us get him up.
Slowing us down.
Just get him up.
Why? So the rest of us can die. We'll move faster without him.
What is this? Get up, Charlie. Is he all right? I think so.
If he can't, we may as well just go without
That's
him.
enough. Charlie, I forbid you to die. Do you hear me?
Why should the rest of us go?
Russ, you're responsible for him.
What am I supposed to do?
Make sure he gets back alive. If he doesn't, you don't. Move on!
I'm not down for you, Piggy. You hear me?
Where's Ringon and Hodor?
Looking for food.
That was poor planning.
My sister carries the weapon.
I'm better with them. Drop the spear. Drop it.
You kill me. That wolf will tear you to bits.
You must be Summer. I'm Jojen Reed. This is my sister, Mira. We've come a long way to find you, Brandon. And we have much farther to go.
I'm just trying to understand.
Would you please shut up about it?
Jack and Hagar offered you 3 kills.
I'm not listening.
But just explain it to me. He offered to kill any 3 people you wanted. Dead. All you had to do was give him the names. Anyone. You could have picked King Joffrey.
Shut up.
Could have picked Tywin Lannister.
Jaqen got us out of Harrenhal, so why are you complaining?
But you could have ended the war.
Where are we going?
North.
If we were going north, we should have come to the Red Fork River by now.
Maybe already passed it.
It's 100 feet wide. How could we have passed it? If we hit the Red Fork, we can follow it west to Riverrun. My mother grew up there. My grandfather's the Lord. He'll protect us.
Could be a minstrel.
Shut up.
Minstrel's got gold sometimes. We could jump him, tie him up, steal his gold and buy some food.
So he spoke, and so he spoke, that Lord of Castamere. But now the rain we pour is home, with no one there to hear.
What's lurking behind that wall? A lion? A wolf?
Just a dirty little cub, I think.
Loose a few more shafts.
Don't.
Put the sword down, Goll.
You go on down the road. Just keep on singing so we know where you are. Leave us be, and I won't kill you.
Generous. You're a dangerous person. I like dangerous people.
Why are your friends so shy?
What friends?
The fat one to your left and the lad beside him.
Three young ones on the run, carrying castle-forged swords. You escaped from Harrenhal?
Who are you?
Thoros of Myr. And the fella here with the bow is Anguy.
No, who do you fight for?
The Brotherhood without banners. Now come along. I want to hear how 2 boys and a very dangerous girl escaped Harrenhal.
I'm not going with them. The Brotherhood? That's who the Mountain and them lot were looking for. They'll bring us back and put rats in us.
You've got nothing to fear from us, son. The Lords of Westeros want to burn the countryside. We're trying to save it. Now, come on. We'll talk some more over brown bread and stew. And then you can go on your way.
Here's the thing, fat boy. When I'm done talking, that arrow's falling down on your fat head. So I advise you move, because I'm done talking. Half the country's starving, and look at this one. Maybe it's the reason half the country's starving.
My lion.
We've spoken of this. You cannot come here.
But you said I should come to you with any problems.
Did anyone see you?
No.
You sure? My father does not make idle threats. Having you killed would be the high point of his week. I have to be absolutely certain. All right. What is this problem?
I'm worried about Sansa. When she spoke with Lord Baelish, his friend warned me about him.
Baelish doesn't have friends.
I don't know her name.
Oh, Ros, the redhead?
How do you know her?
I try to know as many people as I can. Never know which one you'll need.
She's a whore.
Yes, well, we shouldn't be judgmental about these things.
You fucked her.
Oh, please. All right, yes, I fucked her once. Twice. But since I met you, my lady, I've been with no one else.
And? Was she good? Did you like her?
Not as much as I like you, obviously, or she'd be the one torturing me right now. What did she say about Littlefinger?
That Sansa shouldn't trust him.
Is there an idiot in any village who trusts Littlefinger?
We have to protect her.
We can't. Now that the Lannisters have discarded her, Sansa will have many suitors. A great beauty with a very old name.
Great beauty. Oh, a great beauty.
Yes, she is, objectively, very. Her face is quite pleasing to other men and to women, people in general. But not to me, of course. I only have eyes for you.
You pervert. You want her? This child.
I don't even want to talk about her.
But you are.
Only because you're making me.
I didn't force you to open your mouth and make words come out.
This is cruel and unfair. Cruelly unfair.
Oh, the cruelty. She is so cruel to me.
Yes.
Now, do you think I'm cruel?
Only if you stop. But you mustn't come here again. Do you hear me? You've come to a dangerous place. Full of dangerous people. Dangerous people.
Lady Tyrell, my king.
Send her in.
You wanted to see me, Your Grace.
I'm leaving on a hunting trip. I just wanted to make sure you had everything you need before I left.
That's very thoughtful, Your Grace. I have everything I could want.
Good. I'm leaving on a hunting trip. I just wanted to make sure you had everything you need before I left.
You wanted to see me, Your Grace.
I'm leaving on a hunting trip. I just wanted to make sure you had everything you need before I left.
That's very thoughtful, Your Grace. I have everything I could want.
Good. How are you finding life in the capital? Must be quite a change after Renly's camp.
A welcome one. A military encampment is no place for a lady.
And the bedside of a traitor. Is that a place for a lady?
Your Grace, I tried to do my duty as a wife. That is all.
What was your duty to this traitor, as you saw?
The duty of any wife to any husband, to provide him with children.
You failed to do this. Why?
I would not speak ill of the dead, Grace.
You think one ought to speak kindly of a traitor merely because he's had a sword put through his heart?
No. I do beg your pardon. The subtleties of politics are often lost on me. Renly, I don't believe he was interested in the company of women.
What makes you say this?
Whenever I wanted to make a child with him, he had so many excuses, so many late-night war councils. He never wanted to try. Except one evening, after he'd had far too much wine to drink, he suggested something. Something that sounded very painful and couldn't possibly result in children. Maybe the fault was with me, maybe...
No. He was a known degenerate.
It's such a relief to hear you say so, Your Grace.
I've considered making his perversion punishable by death.
As is your right. You must do whatever you need to do. You are the king.
Yes. I am. Do you like it? I just had it made. Probably one of the finest weapons in the Seven Kingdoms.
It's beautiful. Will you show me how it works?
It's a new design. Much easier to load. There's no crank. You use this lever. Draw the string. The bolt goes here. And then you just aim. And...
Would you take me hunting sometime? Forgive me, Your Grace. I know a hunt is no place for a woman,
It's
but...
not unheard of.
My father would never let me before I...
You no longer belong to him. Do you want to hold it?
May I? Please. I imagine it must be so exciting to squeeze your finger here and watch something die over there.
Could you do it? Could you kill something?
I don't know, Your Grace. Do you think I could?
Yes.
Would you like to watch me?
Stop!
Tell us the truth.
About what? I don't know what you want!
I want the truth.
What truth?
Why'd you take Winterfell?
I took it.
You gave the orders.
No, I took it on my own.
Why?
To take the North while it was vulnerable.
What were you going to do once you took it?
Hold it, rule it.
Good. No, that's very good.
Why did you do that? I told
Why did you take Winterfell?
I took it to bring glory to my house and my father. Wait. I took it because I hated the Starks. I hated them for holding me prisoner. I wanted to hurt them.
What are you doing? Please! I'll tell you anything. Just take it off. Please, please, just take it off.
The sister sent me. Yara. I'll come for you tonight when the castle sleeps.
Oh, no, don't go. Please, please, no, please don't leave me. Please, please. Please, please don't go, please.
Rickon, stay with us.
It's all right. The walls will protect him.
You can get inside his head, see through his eyes.
Only when I'm asleep.
That's how it begins until you learn to control it. You're a warg.
It's not just wolves. Sometimes in my dreams there's a...
Three-eyed raven.
You've seen it?
We saw them together. You haven't forgotten.
Does it have anything to do with warging?
No, the raven is something different, something deeper. The raven brings the sight.
Seeing things that haven't happened yet.
Or things that happened long before you were born, or things that are happening right now, thousands of miles away.
What's he telling him?
Why don't you ask?
It's not hard to find.
Isn't he ashamed, your brother? Needing you to protect him?
Where's the shame in that?
Any boy his age who needs his sister to protect him is going to find himself needing lots of protecting.
Some people will always need help. That doesn't mean they're not worth helping. When my father died, I dreamt it.
You didn't dream it, you saw it. And so did I.
You have the sight too.
When I told my father about your father, the first time in my life I saw him cry.
Your father is Howland Reed?
Yeah.
Saved my father's life during the rebellion.
Father told you about the rebellion. Mine never did. I saw that too.
What else have you seen?
The only one thing that matters. You.
I never liked the skinny ones. Like drinking from a puddle. Not that I'm averse to drinking from a puddle every now and again.
I don't drink ale.
There's no story so good a drink won't make it better.
Yeah.
You see? They've all suffered through my bouts of sobriety. It's very tedious for all concerned. Now, how did three children...
We're not children.
How did three young persons, such as yourselves, untrained in the art of war, escape from Harrenhal?
Gendry's a smith. He was apprenticed in the armory.
A smith, eh? Where'd you train?
King's Landing. Turbo Mott shot.
That criminal. He charges twice as much as every other armour in the city.
It's because he's twice as good.
Aha! A smith elves, untrained in the art of war, escape from Harrenhal.
Gendry's a smith. He was apprenticed in the armory.
A smith, eh? Where'd you train?
King's Landing. Turbo Mott shot.
That criminal. He charges twice as much as every other armour in the city.
It's because he's twice as good.
Aha! A smith and a salesman.
Gendry stole his weapons.
Ah. Fought your way out of Harrenhal, I see.
He knows how to use a sword. And so do I. My brothers taught me.
To your brothers. You can finish your meals before you go. It may be a while before you see another.
You'll free us?
I give you my word. But before you go, allow me to raise your cup to your That is an uncommonly large person. How does one manage to subdue such an uncommonly large person?
One waits for him to drink until he passes out.
Poor man. You have my sympathy. Aha! Not a man at all. A hound! So good to see you again.
Thoris, the fuck you doing here?
Drinking and talking too much, same as ever. A pretty prize, lads. Yeah.
Girl. What in seven hells are you doing with the Stark bitch?
It's a tough decision. Take the bridge and risk being seen, or cross the Great Water.
Silence, Kingslayer.
Now, anyone could see us on the bridge, but cross by water and the current could take us, or I could escape down the river.
Good luck.
It's wonderful to watch you wrestle with these dilemmas. Which will she choose? Gamblodge Heart. Wouldn't have guessed.
Be quick about it.
Oh, I need to rest.
Get up.
Now these, on your feet when you walk too far. What do you call
Get
that?
up now.
Corns. I never used to get corns. Of course, I used to ride everywhere. But march around like a common foot soldier, wearing the same shit boots for over a year. This heel's ruined. There's no way. Never understood why some knights felt the need to carry two swords. Ooh. You move well. A great beast of a woman. You shouldn't grimace before you lunch. It gives away the game. Bit of a quandary for you. If you kill me, you fail Lady Stark. But if you don't kill me, I'm going to kill you.
Good. Graceless, but good.
See? If you were willing to hurt me, you might have had me there.
Looks like your woman's getting the better of you. If you can call that a woman.
Oh, we enjoy a good fight. Gets our juices flowing. Flayed man of House Bolton. A bit gruesome for my taste.
You sure he's the one?
That's him, all right.
I saw him fight at the tourney for Sir Willem Frey's wedding.
Give the man his silver.
Let us go. My father will pay you whatever you want.
Enough to buy me a new head? If the king in the north hears I had the Kingslayer and let him go, he'll be taking it right off. I'd rather he takes yours.
们一起学猫叫，一起喵喵喵喵喵，在你面前撒个娇，哎呦喵喵喵喵喵，我的心脏蹦蹦跳，迷恋上你的坏笑，你不说爱我，我就喵喵喵。
每天都需要你的拥抱，珍惜在一起的每分每秒。你对我多重要，我想你比我更知道，你就是
蹦跳，迷恋上你的坏笑，你要穿你的外套，为你心间撒个娇，还有喵喵喵。我们一起学猫叫，一起喵喵喵喵喵，在你面前撒个娇，还有喵喵喵喵喵，我真的贪恋着你的好。
If I may, nephew, I encountered a situation with one of my lieutenants at the stone mill, which may have some bearing upon you.
Shut your mouth about that damn mill. And don't call him nephew. He's your king.
Rob knows I meant him no
You're
disrespect.
lucky I'm not your king. I wouldn't let you wave your blunders around like a victory flag.
My blunder sent Tywin's mad dog scurrying back to Casterly Rock with his tail between his legs. I think King Rob understands we're not going to win this war if he's the only one winning any battles. There's glory enough to go around.
It's not about glory. Your instructions were to wait for him to come to you.
I seized an opportunity.
What value was the mill?
The mountain was garrisoned across the river from it.
Is he there now?
Of course not. We took the fight to him. He could not withstand us.
I wanted to draw the mountain into the west, into our country where we could surround him and kill him. I wanted him to chase us, which he would have done because he is a mad dog without a strategic thought in his head. I could have that head on a spike by now. Instead, I have a mill.
We took hostages. Willem Lannister, Martin Lannister.
Willem and Martin Lannister are 14 years old.
Martin is 15, I believe.
Tywin Lannister has my sisters. Have I sued for peace?
No.
Do you think he'll sue for peace because we have his father's brother's great-grandsons?
No.
How many men did you lose?
We took hostages. Willem Lannister, Martin Lannister.
Willem and Martin Lannister are 14 years old.
Martin is 15, I believe.
Tywin Lannister has my sisters. Have I sued for peace?
No.
Do you think he'll sue for peace because we have his father's brother's great-grandsons?
No.
How many men did you lose?
208. But for every man we lost, the Lannisters...
We need our men more than Tywin needs his!
Sorry. I didn't know.
You would have. Right here today at this gathering if you had been patient.
You seem to be running short of patience here.
You know who isn't? Tywin Lannister.
Intimate, lovely table. Better chairs than the old small council chamber. Conveniently close to your own quarters. I like it.
What news of Jamie? "20,000 unwashed northerners have known about his escape for weeks. Collectively, you control more spies and informants than the rest of the world combined. Do you mean to tell me that none of you has any notion of where he is?"
We are trying, my lord.
Try harder. What do we have, then?
Robb Stark and most of his banner men are in Riverrun for the funeral of his grandfather, Lord Hoster Tully. In Stark's absence, Roose Bolton holds Harrenhal, which would seem to make him Lord of Harrenhal in practice, if not in name.
Well, let him have it. The name suits our purposes far more than that useless pile of rubble. The Lord of Harrenhal will make a worthy suitor for the widow Arryn.
For which I am extremely grateful to you, my lord. Lady Arryn and I have known each other since we were children. She has always been positively predisposed toward me.
A successful courtship would make Lord Baelish acting Lord of the Vale.
Titles do seem to breed titles.
You'll leave for the Eyrie as soon as possible and bring Lysa Arryn into the fold. And the young wolf can add his own aunt to the list of people who've taken up arms against him.
Far be it from me to hinder true love, but Lord Baelish's absence would present certain problems. The royal wedding may end up being the most expensive event in living memory. Summer has ended, hard days lie ahead. Not a good time to leave the Crown's finances unattended.
Fully agreed. Which is why I'm naming you new Master of Coin.
Master of Coin?
It would appear to be a position that best suits your talents.
I'm quite good at spending money, but a lifetime of outrageous wealth hasn't taught me much about managing it.
I have no doubt you will prove equal to this challenge.
Hear, hear.
He lifted her high in the air, he sniffed and roared and smelled her there. She kicked and wailed, a maid so fair, but he licked the honey from her hair. From there to here, from here to there, all black and brown and covered with hair, he smelled that girl in the summer air, the bear, and the maiden fair.
I hope you're pleased. If you'd armed me, they never would have taken it.
You were armed when we were taken.
I was in chains, if you recall. A little match would have ended quite quick if my hands weren't bound.
All my life I've been hearing, Jaime Lannister. What a brilliant swordsman. He was slower than I expected. And more predictable.
I've been sitting in a muddy pen, wrapped in chains for the past year.
And I'm a woman. I was still beating you.
You were not beating me.
Maybe you were as good as people said. Once. Maybe people just love to overpraise a famous name.
When we make camp tonight, you'll be raped. More than once. None of these fellows ever been with a noble woman. You'd be wise not to resist.
Would I?
I'll knock your teeth out.
You think I care about my teeth?
No, I don't think you care about your teeth. If you fight them, they will kill you. Do you understand? I'm the prisoner of Valiant, not you. Let them have what they want. What does it matter?
What does it matter?
Close your eyes. Pretend they're Renly.
If you were a woman, you wouldn't resist. You'd let them do what they wanted.
If I was a woman, I'd make them kill me. I'm not, thank the gods.
If I had a proper forge, I could make it good as new.
Doesn't have to look pretty. Just has to keep the arrows out of my heart.
Why are you helping him? He takes us prisoner, and now he's our friend.
You're not our prisoner, little lady.
What am I?
Our guest. I want to put any chains on you.
So I can walk away then?
These woods aren't safe for Ned Stark's daughter. You're lucky we found you.
You think you're good with that bow, you little twat.
Better than anyone you've ever met.
Coward's weapon. I like to fight up close. I like to see a man's face when I put to steel in him.
Why? So you can kiss him?
You remember the last time you were here?
Looks like every other shit in on the road.
Now, apologies, but you're one ugly fucker, and I'd rather not see you no more. Watch your head. Walker!
Walker!
What are you doing? We're about to leave.
But I'm staying. You're what? I baked some brown bread for the innkeep, and she said she never had better. So I thought she's keeping me as a payment for all the free meals she's given him. Anyway, it's not me the Brotherhood wants. My brother ain't no king. I'm not Stark of Winterfell.
Winterfell.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Oh, I made you something.
What is it?
It's wolf.
Yes, it is.
That's the tail.
Yeah.
Well, be safe.
Yeah, you too. Don't get stabbed.
You don't. Burn your fingers.
Goodbye, Hot Pie.
Goodbye, Harry.
Up you go, little lady.
Hey, Hot Pie. It's really good.
A person could almost be forgiven for forgetting we're at war.
It often comforts me to think that even in war's darkest days, in most places in the world, absolutely nothing is happening.
I've missed you, Uncle. Father missed you too. From the day you left. Maybe he never said it in so many words.
Maybe. Your father was a stubborn old ox. I was surprised when he died. Didn't think death had the patience.
I'm glad you were with him. I wish to the gods I had been. Did you make peace in the end?
After 30 years of fighting, I don't think he remembered what started it. He asked me to stop calling myself Blackfish. Said it was an old joke, and it was never funny to begin with. I told him people had been calling me Blackfish for so long, they don't remember my real name.
Every time he would leave for the capital or fight in a campaign, I'd see him off. Wait for me, little cat, he'd say. Wait for me, and I'll come back to you. And I would sit at this window every day when the sun came up, waiting. I wonder how many times did Bran or Rickon stare across the moors of Winterfell, waiting for me to return. I will never see them again.
You mustn't think it. We don't know the truth. He could be in hiding. Rob believes they're alive. And he must go on believing. He's got to remain strong if he's to prevail. And you must remain strong for him.
You're Robb Stark's wife.
Hold still.
Is it true what they say about him?
I don't know.
What do they say about him?
That he can turn into a wolf at night.
True.
And he eats the flesh of his enemies.
True.
You're a Lannister, aren't you? Martin Lannister.
Martin Lannister. You've nothing to fear. My husband doesn't eat children. Unless it's a full moon. It's not a full moon tonight, is it? See? Nothing to fear.
Always the artists.
It's only horses. No men.
He said there was dead crows.
There was.
How many men were here?
About 300.
And you know what those men are now? All the same to meat for their army.
Do you think anyone got away?
It's not impossible. You don't go far betting against Mormont, but dead or alive. He took a big gamble coming north. And he lost. Best fighting men are dead. And whether he's Lord Commander of the Night's Watch or a blue-eyed corpse, he's a long way from home. Talbot, climb the wall. Take Orell and 20 good men. Take this one. He knows Castle Black's defences better than any of us. If he's useful, good. If not, throw him off the wall. See if crows can fly.
We're finally going to war. Old friend.
Hide near Castle Black. When I give the signal, hit them in the night. They've got a big old wall to hide behind, but it only guards one side.
We'll meet again.
Aye. If you do your job.
How will we see your signal?
Send your eagle above the wall every night. When it's time, I'm going to light the biggest fire the North has ever seen. Ghost?
What have we here? Frozen crows. Come a long way. Smaller flock than he went north with. We can talk inside. Oh. Can we? Keep your eyes where they belong. They're not for you.
bet you feed that pig better than you feed us.
Ah, pig's got value to me. You should all be kissing my feet for letting you in. I'd have turned you all away if I wasn't a godly man.
You are a godly man.
I am. I got no fear of what's out there. When the white cold come, your swords and cloaks and bloody fires won't help you. The only ones left will be those who are right with the gods. The real gods. Go tell her she can bite down on a rag or she can bite down on my fist. Women. That's how right there gave birth to a litter of 8, barely a grunt. And she's almost as fat as this one here. Now why don't you dine on him? Carve off what you need as you go. Well, look at him. He's a walking feast.
You're nearly there. One more push should do it.
What is it? What is it?
Ride east. Follow the rising sun. Your sister's waiting for you.
I'll make you a lord of the Iron Islands for this.
We're not in the Iron Islands. Go. Come on.
You refuse to tell me where you're going.
I don't know yet. The fires will show me.
How long will you be gone?
I don't know.
You're abandoning me.
I will never abandon you. You are the son of fire. I am sworn to serve you.
Then serve me.
When I return, you'll understand.
My enemies think they've destroyed me. They're laughing at me. The way Renly laughed at me. I want Joffrey dead. I want Robb Stark dead. Make me another son.
I cannot.
Why?
You don't have the strength. It would kill you.
I'm not so easily killed. Men have been trying for years. I want you.
Your fires burn low, my king. There is another way, a better way.
You told me your magic requires a king's blood.
Yes,
I'm the one true king.
you are. But there are others with your blood in their veins. You will sit on the Iron Throne. But first there must be sacrifices. The Lord of Light demands it.
The walk of punishment is a warning, Your Grace.
To who?
For any slave who contemplates doing whatever these slaves did.
Give me your water.
Khaleesi, this man has been sentenced to death.
Leave this place, Your Grace. Leave tonight, I beg you.
What is she to do for soldiers? We can find sellswords in Pentos and Mir. Is it we already, Sir Barristan?
If you want to sit on the throne your ancestors built, you must win it. That will mean blood on your hands before the thing is done.
The blood of my enemies, not the blood of innocents.
How many wars have you fought in, Sir Barristan?
3.
Have you ever seen a war where innocents didn't die by the thousands? I was in King's Landing after the sack, Khaleesi. You know what I saw? Butchery. Babies, children, old men, more women raped than you can count. There's a beast in every man, and it stirs when you put a sword in his hand. But the Unsullied are not men. They do not rape. We do not put cities to the sword unless they're ordered to do so. If you buy them, the only men they'll kill are those you want dead.
Do you disagree, Sir Barristan?
When your brother Rhaegar led his army into Battle of the Trident, men died for him because they believed in him, because they loved him, not because they'd been bought at a slaver's auction. I fought beside the last dragon on that day, Your Grace. I bled beside him.
Rhaegar fought valiantly. Rhaegar fought nobly. And Rhaegar died.
Did you know him well, Sir Barristan?
I did, Your Grace. Finest man I ever met.
I wish I had known him. But he was not the last dragon.
All? Did this one's ears mishear, Your Grace?
They did not. I want to buy them all.
Ebas ponsindijo uni.
No cotas ponerejo. Jerene tabasco coctiles que kimajo pop bembe misilo rugilas y tobacco tolicor bilas.
There are 8,000 unsullied in Astapor. Is this what you mean by all?
Yes, 8,000. And the ones still in training as well.
Dohani si sinaho si poshi pive. Narejosli is Astapor.
Master Grezin says they cannot sell half-trained boys. If they fail on the battlefield, they will bring shame upon all of Astapor.
I will have them all or take none. Many will fall in battle. I'll need the boys to pick up the swords they drop.
Cotas rene rosa hoes.
Master Krasnus says you cannot afford this. Your ship will buy you 100 unsullied. Because Master Krasnus is generous. The gold you have left is worth 10. But good Master Krasnus will give you 20. The Dothraki you have with you. The Dothraki you have are not worth what they cost to feed. But Master Krasnus will give you 3 unsullied for all of them. Master Krasnus asks how you propose to pay for the remaining 7,877 unsullied. This. Your ship will buy you 100 unsullied. Because Master Krasnus is generous. The gold you have left is worth 10. But good Master Krasnus will give you 20. The Dothraki you have with you. The Dothraki you have are not worth what they cost to feed. But Master Krasnus will give you 3 unsullied for all of them. Master Krasnus asks how you propose to pay for the remaining 7,877 unsullied.
I have dragons. I'll give you one.
I vetrasko te pozlivas me zadrize.
You will win the throne with dragons, not slaves, Your Grace.
Khaleesi, please.
Three dragon.
1.
2.
1.
Sebiji. Rovage.
They want the biggest one. Done.
Done.
I'll take you as well. Now. You'll be Master Krasny's gift to me. Token of a bargain well struck. Pindasko jiunte bila vameruti. Pindasko gomela kizisir.
Khaleesi, a dragon is worth more than any army. Aegon Targaryen proved that.
You're both here to advise me. I value your advice, but if you ever question me in front of strangers again, you'll be advising someone else. Is that understood? Do you have a name? This one's name is Missandei, Your Grace. Do you have a family, a mother and a father you'd return to if you had the choice? No, Your Grace. No family living. You belong to me now. It is your duty to tell me the truth. Yes, Your Grace, lying is a great offence. Many of those on the Walk of Punishment were taken there for less. I offered water to one of the slaves dying on the Walk of Punishment. Do you know what he said to me? Let me die. There are no masters in the grave, Your Grace. Is it true what Master Krasny has told me about the Unsullied, about their obedience? All questions have been taken from them. They obey, that is all. Once they are yours, they are yours. They will fall on their swords if you command it. And what about you? You know that I'm taking you to war. You may go hungry. You may fall sick. You may be killed. Valar Morghulis. Yes, all men must die. But we are not men.
A surprising place to keep the royal ledgers.
I'm surprised you're surprised. This is the safest place in the city.
Not for bastards.
That's all of them, my lord.
Thank you, my dear. Pod. Pod. Take them outside. We'll be there in a moment.
Yes, my lord.
I hear you owe that boy a significant debt.
Only my life. Not all that significant, I'm afraid.
You should have him knighted.
If only the Master of Coin had such power.
If only. I owe you a significant debt. Our red-headed friend. You secured her release when the Queen detained her.
Oh, that. Of course. A simple misunderstanding.
Apparently, Her Grace believed that you two had some sort of special relationship.
We don't. I did fuck her once.
I know.
But we don't.
I know. But how would the Queen get that idea?
Why don't you ask her? Any advice for me on my new position?
Keep a low profile.
If I had a gold dragon, every time I heard that joke, I'd be richer than you are.
Well, you are richer than I am.
Good point.
They're only numbers. Numbers on paper. Once you understand that, it's easy to make them behave. Trivial, even. You want a real challenge? Try whores.
I've tried quite a few. Well, lots of work to do. Enjoy the Eyrie.
Come on, I'll see you later. Huh? Go on.
Looks like dull reading.
You think all reading is dull reading?
It's an opinion I share with some of the finest men I know.
The secret history of the Seven Kingdoms is written in these pages.
Unless Lord Twatbeard made up a bunch of numbers to hide what he's really up to.
Unless he made it all up, yes. Podrick, do keep up.
Yes, my lord.
Podrick?
Yes, my lord.
After a long consultation with my colleague, Sir Bronn, I finally found a suitable reward for the services you've provided, over and above what might be considered reasonable. Tell me, Pod. Have you ever been with a woman?
Oh, my lord.
Wonderful. Jenna specializes in first-timers.
She's not bad with second-timers either.
Ah, my lord.
A fair enough repayment for putting your spear... through my would-be killer's face, wouldn't you say? Now, as it happens, Mairead is quite the spear handler herself. She's here to thank you for staying by my side as the battle raged all around me.
He's handsome. You didn't tell me he was handsome.
Caleb is famous from here to Volantis. In certain circles, one of 4 women in the world who can perform a proper Miranese knot.
My lord, I don't...
She's here to thank you for being a thoroughly respectful fellow who's never once failed to address me as my lord. Be back in time for my supper.
Pace yourself, lad.
For years I've heard that Littlefinger is a magician. Whenever the crown needs money, he rubs his hands together and poof, mountains of gold.
Let me guess. He's not a magician.
No.
He's stealing it?
Worse, he's borrowing it.
What's wrong with that?
We can't afford to pay it back. That's what's wrong with it. The crown owes millions to my father.
Seeing as it's his grandson's ass on the throne, I imagine he'll forgive that debt.
Forgive a debt. My father. A man of the world, you're strangely naive.
I've never borrowed money before. I'm not clear on the rules.
Well... the basic principle is, I lend you money, and after an agreed-upon period of time, you return it with interest.
And what if I don't?
Well, you have to.
But what if I don't?
This is why I don't lend you money. Anyway, it's not my father I'm worried about. It's the Iron Bank of Brothers. We owe them tens of millions. If we fail to repay these loans, the bank will fund our enemies. One way or another, they always get their gold back. Ah, the return of the conquering hero. Does he have a little jump in his step?
The lad's practically skipping.
You were gone a long time. I trust you got your money's worth, or should I say my money's worth? Oh, it was a gift, Podrick. This is more than I give you in a year.
He's a squire. You don't pay him.
Oh, then it's much more than I give you in a year.
I won't take it, my lord.
Maybe they're trying to curry some favour with the new master of coin. Have you ever known a whore to turn down gold? They were happy enough to take it when I gave it to them.
What did you tell them?
I didn't tell them anything.
What did you do to them?
Lots of things.
And they seem to like these things?
Yes, Lord.
Of course they seem to like it. They're paid to seem to like it.
Only they weren't paid.
What are you saying? These ladies enjoyed him so much they gave him the time for free?
Is that what you're telling us? Sit down, Podrick. We're going to need details. copious details.
You know what we do with runaways here, do you? Take off his pants. I'm gonna fuck you into the dirt.
No, please! No! No, please! No!
You little bastard. Come, my lord. You're a long way from home. Winter is coming.